All of this really appeals to the senses with this idea of engaging the person who interacts with the different objects, going back and forth, discovering new links.
Thank you, Olivier Berggruen, for welcoming us at the Hôtel de la Marine for this new exhibition. Seven Heavenly Senses is dedicated for the first time for the contemporary part of the Al Thani collection. How have you organized this show?
There's roughly 20 works by these 17 international artists, all contemporary, though the exhibition also has some historical artifacts. But the one thing I really want to emphasize is the fact that there are some special commissions for the exhibition. We made together a selection of works that we thought would work well as a whole. They create a dialogue with each other because they do appeal to the senses, what I call a kind of sensorial overload with these very, very wonderfully produced things, because here's another common denominator between the different works. Everything in the exhibition has this underpinning to do with craftsmanship, a love of material things, and also in terms of this emphasis on senses. Every single person who comes to the exhibition will be given a headphone with the music by the American musician and singer Jean-Claude Ellena.
The title itself, we all know the five senses, but you had senses related to the body. Why, and can you explain how?
Proprioception and vestibular sense. Those are the two secret senses that are added to the five usual ones. And they have to do with really our sense of moving around in space, then also our own internal balance. So we've created an exhibition in which the orientation for the viewer is something that is always in play. The way that they go from work to work, maybe step away, a kind of sense of something that is tactile. Not to mention the fact that in the second gallery there will be a diffuser with a wonderful scent.
Can we go back to the theme itself? So it's related to figuration, narration, but also a dream in consciousness. How is it important in how time you are traveling through?
I think personally that art always has a political dimension, and it also is a statement in itself, because each artist have their way of dealing with the past, but there's a way to rebuild on the fragments, on the ruins of the past. And one way to do that is, of course, to create new myths or to investigate old myths and see how they somehow correspond and interact with the world in which we live. And these are things that maybe help this new generation, this younger generation of artists to create new worlds for themselves, but also for the viewer and the public.